What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. Let's go ahead and talk about some stocks and about the insanity that we are seeing as of now in the markets. And as usual, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, today I am going to be talking about stonks with my good friend Mario. Mario, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
How have
Thanks
you
for
been,
having me.
buddy?
Good, man. Good. How you been?
How's your Patreon community doing?
Really good, man. Growing,
Yeah,
growing, but
we
growing
have
by
a
an exponential rate, actually.
Oh yeah, we have a great team over there, a bunch of very knowledgeable people, and we are, exchanging opinion on a constant basis. I am very happy with the, let's say, with the service that you're providing. Very good call
Thank
outs.
you.
You nailed it today, man. With
Thank
that
you,
call
man.
out at 416 on the S&P 500 on the SPY.
Yep.
4160 in the S&P 500. That turned out to be a very important support.
Yep.
And thanks to that, a lot of people in my community, were able to take a bunch of good trades. By the way,
You're welcome, man.
guys, go ahead and take a look at a video that Mario posted 2 days ago, right?
Yep.
About the money printing of the Federal Reserve.
Yep.
Can you please tell us a bit more about the video? I'm gonna link I'm gonna drop the link of the video in the description box of this video.
Yeah, definitely. I noticed a lot of people who just joined the markets in 2021, especially people who don't trade a lot, who don't sit in front of the computers a lot every single day like we do. They have no idea why the market is falling down right now and why we are having this nasty sell-offs every single day and why Nasdaq is in a bear market. So I got a lot of requests from people asking me what's happening, what's going on, stuff like that. So I wanted to make a video explaining what quantitative easing actually is and why Federal Reserve is behind the sell-off which we're having right now. So I clearly explain what's going on in the market at the current environment and why Federal Reserve made a big policy mistake and why the market is falling in a very basic way. So every beginner who just started with the market can understand. So go ahead and check it out.
Yep.
Yep.
That we are seeing as of now, because the Federal
Yep.
Reserve ended up acting late. That's what happened, actually, right?
Exactly.
They should have stopped the quantitative easing way sooner. They didn't did it. Now they are behind the curve, and we are
Very
seeing the
much so.
consequences, right?
Yep.
Correct. So, guys, go ahead and take a look at this video. Unbelievable video. You made me laugh a lot, man. I mean, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's get into this. What is going on in the case of AMD? I'm going to minimize you over here. AMD
right.
killed it, man. So let me, obviously you're going to be taking care of the technical analysis. Let me tell you what they did. So Q1 adjusted EPS came in at $1.13, beating the estimate of 91 cents. This was a very decent beat. Sales came in at $5.89 billion, easily beating the estimate of $5.52 billion. When it comes to guidance, sales for the current quarter, Q2 sales. So AMD sees sales from $6.3 billion up to $6.7 billion versus $6.38 billion estimate. So a huge beat, bro. Also, when it comes to guidance, they are up guiding over here. And I don't see anything that we can, highlight as negative. And obviously, AMD is not a very important, stock, a very heavy stock inside the tech sector. This is some sort of, this is some sort of reference, right? When it comes to the semiconductor industry, which is very important inside the tech sector and inside the Nasdaq 100. So, taking into account this report that just came out, what are your thoughts about AMD in tomorrow's trading session, Mario?
All right, so let me share my screen over
Go
here.
ahead.
That is a pretty good earnings report that you should just mention, but
sure.
I'll be more interested to see what they say about the chip shortages and how they're handling it in their earnings call, and that is really important. But leading into tomorrow, as you can see,
let me tell you, do you remember Qualcomm killed it, and they went down regardless, right? So we still need to wait. We still need to wait until tomorrow, right? Okay.
Yep, exactly.
But remember, Mario, if you were thinking about taking a trade over here, what would you be doing? What would you be thinking about?
All right. So over here, if AMD opened above 94.21 tomorrow, by chance, if we gapped up higher and opened above $94, there is a solid trade over here all the way to 97, which is like 3 points to the upside. And that's a good trade to make. You can get in at 94 and get out at 97. Okay. If you want to take more risks, you can actually get in at 94, scale up at 97, and ride it all the way up to like $100, because $100 and $97 are one of the biggest resistances in AMD. If you were trading last year, you would understand how big and important of a number 97 is, and how many times they tested over and over again and then got rejected and fell all the way back down to low 70s. So 97 is important, 100 is important. Okay. Opening above 94 gives us a good like 5 to 6 points move to the upside.
That's a three up to 5 point move to the upside. Solid trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's say that we open below 94. What would you be thinking about?
Below 94, the trend is actually in the favor of bears. As you can see, decliningly sloping 20 SMA, decliningly sloping 50 SMA, and 100 SMA is about to cross below 200 SMA here. And all these
textbook death cross over there. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So all these are like favoring the side of the bears. There is a lot of technical damage already done. So opening below 94, open store for all the way to come down to run a test to $92 or all the way back down to like $89 again. So opening above 94 is important.
So we open below 94. The bulls failed at breaking that resistance.
Mm-hmm.
You would be getting puts.
Kind of, yeah. Like but the thing is, I would be waiting. I won't short it, especially because the risk to reward to the downside is like kind of not so good for me to take the trade. But if they open below 94, and if you're scalping or day trading, you can take the short position to like $92 or all the way back down to like $89.
Yeah, we have a nice gap down there, right? If things happen to go south for AMD, right, down to $89.
Yep.
All right, perfect. So now let's go ahead and take a look at ABNB, bro. They killed it. Last time I checked.
Let's see.
Let me pull it up here quickly. Let me see what they posted. ABNB, okay, and I think they are a lot. They are up a lot after hours. I mean, now it is retracing a bit, but it is. Yet still they are up almost 4%. So let me read over here what happened. So I have a guidance. Okay, EPS came in at a loss of 3 cents, beating by a long shot, bro, the estimate of a loss of 29 cents. Sales came in at $1.51 billion, beating the estimate of $1.41 billion. So they beat across the board over here. And Airbnb sees Q2 2022 revenue between $2.03 billion up to $2.13 billion versus, get this, bro, $1.97 billion estimate. Huge beat over here, man.
That's insane.
And Airbnb revenue climbs on record nightly bookings and higher prices. And I think that the gross bookings, which happens to be an important metric over here, also came out better than expected. I don't have, let me see, Q1 nights and experiences booked 102.1 million. I don't have the competitive. Let me see, the second quarter nights and experiences booked growth rate in approximate rate in Q1 of 2022, which was apparently a beat. So this was a very decent report, man. And ABNB is up after hours. And dude, this is an excellent stock in order to day trade. Very volatile, you know?
Very much, bro. Yes. And also, if you notice, they've been trading in a range forever. They didn't do anything at all, like between the 190 and the 170. Yeah. So they're just going back and forth, back and forth.
And for some reason, bro, because as of now, we are going through a very, aggressive process of multiple compression. ABNB has done decent, right? I mean, if you compare ABNB relative to Shopify or SoFi or Fubo or, the high flyers of last year, the stock of this company has done pretty decent.
Yeah, they did actually. They did. Like, if you compare them to like other companies like Fubo and all those like high multiple growths,
correct,
they held up pretty strong actually.
Yeah. So
very strong.
In technical terms, what's the trade that you got for me?
All right. So
show me your stuff.
In technical terms, all right. So as you can see, they're gapping it up. They're up like $5 after hours.
You need to take over the screen, Mario.
Oh, sure. All right.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
There you go.
So, yeah, as you can see, they're up like $5 after hours, and they gapped it higher. They are finding resistance at $150, the round number. And if they happen to open above 150, that opens store for all the way to run a test to like 154.57, and the next stop at 159.63. So those are the two numbers which I'll be watching. But if you notice something, you can see something like I don't trust these patterns, but you can clearly see a head and shoulders on daily.
You have the left shoulder, the left shoulder, the head. Yeah, that's a head and shoulders, man. Yeah.
Yep. And the confirmation,
the neckline to coincide. Yeah, that's a head and shoulder, bro. Yeah. Okay.
So breaking below over here, like if they couldn't go all the way and cross 176 pretty soon, the head and shoulders is still intact. And today was a confirmation, but earnings actually saved it. If they gapped it down lower, we are going to find support at $147, 146.86, and all the way back down to like 140 again. So it depends on how they open. It's really important to keep an eye on.
Opening below 150 opens the door for more downside, right?
Yep, opening below 150, and if Federal Reserve pull the rug on us tomorrow afternoon, that is, we are watching a retest to like 140 again. Wow, so
that would be the short of the month, man.
Yeah, the trend is still in the favor of bears, though. $10 downside, it's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot, definitely. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a look at StarBUX, which also just posted earnings. Let me pull up here the information. And I haven't taken a look at StarBUX. I don't know if they are up or down after hours. They are up just a bit, only 2%. So let's see what they are posting. This is a very sensitive company to China, right? So this is, and they also are having issues with the unions, with the unions in New York and other states. So EPS came in at 59 cents in line, and sales came in at $7.64 billion, beating the estimate of $6.60 billion. So this was a very tight beat. And so StarBUX Global comparable store sales increased 7% versus analyst consensus of 6.6% increase. So this was it was an acceptable beat on comparable store sales. What else do we have? Do we have any guidance related stuff? So full year 2022 guidance on Q2 earnings conference call. Now this is another stuff. I don't see any other guidance related stuff over here. Let's see. At the end of Q2, stores in the US and China comprised 61% of company's global portfolio. Jesus Christ. With 15,544 stores in the US, and get this, Mario, 5,654 stores in China, bro.
Wow.
So if the Chinese keep on locking down cities and stuff, this is a short, bro. Like all day long.
It is. So even the charts are looking terrible, man. Not gonna lie, like it's terrible looking charts all across the board for StarBUX. But clear downtrend.
I mean, if you want, if you can take over the the screen, but we know that we have a lot of deep buyers. So what would be your idea? Like preventing people from buying this dip, because StarBUX is saying like, okay, I don't have exposure to China. I have a lot of exposures to China, and we have the Chinese, going nuts with the lockdowns and stuff. So this is a stock that we should, remain away from, right?
For me personally, if you look at this chart, man, like all the moving averages are pointing to the downside, and clear downtrend, clear lower highs, and I'm pretty sure every single lower high which we print from now, even if we go up tomorrow, and even if we go up tomorrow all the way to like 79, let's say we had a bullish day and we go all the way to 79, this will be shorted all the way back down.
And today we close at a lower low. This short is looking terrible, man.
Yep.
Okay, let's say that we want to buy puts here. Let's talk about making money. Let's talk about taking a trade. If you were thinking about puts, what would be your strategy? What you are going to be thinking about?
Okay, if I'm planning on buying puts, I wouldn't short it here personally. I would wait for Starbucks to give me a lower high, which is at least like somewhere around $79 or even $82. That'll be better. So these two levels or the levels which I'll be watching if I'm going short. So, all right, 79 and my bad,
So
or 81,
I have a
81,
question
40.
here. I have a question here. So
Yeah, go ahead.
you don't buy puts on lower lows, right?
Because that reduces the risk to reward drastically, right?
Yeah,
So
okay.
let's say if I buy puts over here, the next support is coming in at $71. So I'm not going to risk like for 4 points. It's like kind of not worth it because it's already down a lot. Any good news or any sort of good news in the overall markets
Any
will
catalyst
just
it's gonna pull it up. Okay.
It's going to pull it up, and it's going to pull it up big time.
Okay.
Because I don't want to short it over here. If I want to place a put, I will just rather place it at 79 or 81. That doesn't mean I want to go long to all this point as well, because going long at these setups is kind of like not my trading style. But if you want to go long here, you can set stops at the lows of today, which was at around $73. And if Starbucks gapped up and opened positive tomorrow, you can always go long with setting stops at 73.66 all the way to like $79 or 81.40.
That's a high risk trade, right?
Very
high risk trade. Very high risk trade, because we're talking about a chart that is absolutely broken from a technical standpoint.
Yeah, because you're going against the trend here. So that kind of makes it risky trade to like take on. But if it works, it works. Like you can take a trade, like you can always play the run ups and then you can short the lower highs all the way back down.
Okay, but any bounce up to $79, which is gonna be making a lower
resistance,
high. Yeah, that might be a nice spot to buy puts.
Take risk on. Yep.
Perfect. It'll take a trade on Starbucks. Now let's go ahead and take a look at Skyworks solution. Let me pull up here the chart. Skyworks, and then we're gonna talk a bit about the Federal Reserve tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow's gonna be a big day. So Skyworks is down after hours, almost 40%. So did they drop the ball? Let's see what they posted. Okay, so this is solutions. Adjusted EPS came in at $2.63 in line. Sales came in at $1.34 billion, beating the estimate of $1.33 billion. So when it comes to guidance, EPS should be at $2.36 at midpoint versus $2.55 estimate. So the guidance is a bit weak over here. And sales are being seen between $1.2 billion up to $1.26 billion versus $1.38 billion estimate. So terrible report guidance-wise for Skyworks solution. Then we need to take a deeper look at the report. What do they say about supply shortages and stuff? And but yeah, they are down guiding, and yeah, it wasn't a good report guidance wise. So what are you thinking about Skyworks over here in technical terms?
All right, let me share the screen.
Puts, most likely, right?
Looks like it. So if you look at the daily chart.
By the way, Mario, this is a huge provider of Apple.
Oh, really? For chip side?
Yeah, they work a lot. I mean, I think that 60% or 70% of the revenue that Skyworks solution makes comes from Apple.
Wow, that's insane.
Big supplier.
I didn't know that. I never traded this company before. I never heard of this company before until you mentioned it to me, to be honest.
There you go. It's a big company, yeah. And it is they partnered up with Apple like a long time ago, and they are close partners, So I'm not saying that this stock is going to affect Apple, by any stretch of the imagination.
I understand. I didn't know anything about the company though until you mentioned. Okay. That's good to know. I'll add it to my watch list. I literally just added the lines when you're talking about it for the resistance.
Very ugly looking chart as well.
Very much, very bad actually. Yeah. Like look at this, like higher lows, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. And all the moving averages are sloping negatively, and
it tried to make some sort of lower,
lower high, got rejected immediately.
Today, which is hopeful for the bulls, arguably. So
let's see, man. Like for leading into tomorrow, if they open lower, there's a higher probability that they might run a test to the lows of $110.
Okay.
Like 110, below 110 open store for 104.
Super short.
So, yep. So it's pretty interesting looking chart, not gonna lie. But with Federal Reserve tomorrow, I'd be careful
Yeah.
longing or shorting this until we get a clear eye on what they're going to do,
Yeah.
because that might trigger a broader runoff or like broader sell-off in the markets. So that's something to keep an eye on. So if I want to go long, and if they open SWKS below 116.54, it is an easy shot to like $110. If they open it above 120, for some reason they gapped it higher after earnings call, we are looking for it to go long all the way to like $128.
So below 116, this is puts territory, and above 120, we get back to the charts.
Yep.
To take a look.
Like 128, that's what we're watching. Above 120, we're looking at 128 up north.
Okay. The Fed tomorrow, bro. What are you thinking about? Let's go ahead and take a look at the SPY. Wrap it up, Mario.
All right, bro.
What
So
are you thinking about?
for tomorrow's Fed, like, see, this is how I see it. All right.
So do you think that they are going to rock, to pull the rug tomorrow with a 70 basis point hike? I mean, I am ruling out that possibility, bro. Or you don't
I
feel...
don't think they're gonna do that.
Okay.
Personally, because the market has already been priced in like a lot of 50 basis point hikes for the next 4 meetings. And they also priced in a 75 basis point hike on June.
Okay.
So if they increase like 75 basis point tomorrow,
there's going to be an apocalypse.
Yep.
For the
like
most part.
we might see a drastic sell-off in the markets. But if they give 50 basis point hikes, all right, so VIX is at $29. Like VIX can't sustain higher levels for a long time. Any positive news, anything, like it's not even needed to be positive, anything relatively positive or anything close to the expectations will trigger a huge short covering rally, which might take SPY all the way to test like 428 to 430. So that is what I'll be watching tomorrow.
That much, Mario? That's bro, you're talking about a 5% push to the upside or something like that.
Yeah, it's nothing, man. Like, that's nothing actually. Like, if you think about it, 424 was the highs of Friday.
Yeah.
Like the highs of Friday.
The S&P. I mean, yesterday we saw intraday rallies, to the upside and the downside of 3%. So yeah, I mean, I give you that. So what's your perspective? Plausible. Are you bullish into the Federal Open Market Committee, or do you think we're going down?
Kind of. I am kind of leaning towards the bull side here, because I clearly mentioned like 2 days back, shorting here doesn't offer good risk to reward. As I said at the beginning of 2020, longing here is not a good risk to reward when we are trading at 4800s, because we had like 2-3% to the upside, but we have massive like 15 to 20% to the downside. And right now it's kind of like opposite.
Okay, let's think about 2 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, because first we're gonna get the decision of the interest rate, and then 30 minutes after that, Jerome is going to speak to the press, right? So what levels are you thinking about? Say at 2 p.m. or 2 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. when Jerome comes out.
All right.
Where do you think the S&P 500 or the SPY is going to be trading at?
All right. If by 2:30, if we go all the way above 420 in SPY, because Apple had a good close today, and if they pushed it to like 161, 162 in Apple, and let's say SPY opened at 420 and above, we can easily see a push about to 424 up north. And there is some resistance at around 424. Okay, above 420, 422.50, 424.38, and 428.56. Or these are the 3 numbers which I'm watching to the upside. 422.50, 424.38, and 428.56. And to the downside, if they open below 420, like it opens to
below 420 by the time or into the Federal Open Market Committee, right?
Yep. If you're below 420, let's say like they open right below 420, you can see a support at 418.56, which is where we got rejected today multiple times. 418.56 will be the first line of support, and 416 will be the second line of support. This is before
416 was critical today, like absolutely critical.
Very
Super
much critical. So 416 will be the next level of support in SPY. So if they break these two numbers after 2 p.m., because we don't know what's going to happen, they might like give a big green candle and go all the way to like 428 tomorrow and run a test to 428 or close even above 428 tomorrow after the meeting. So, or they might come all the way back down to fill this gap at 400. Like we never know what's going to happen. So
okay,
guess
but your personal perspective, are we going higher or lower?
My personal perspective,
after Jerome comes out.
After Jerome, it's higher. I'm betting on higher prices to come, at least for a lower high.
Are you buying calls tomorrow, or you're just gonna sit on your hands?
Not until Powell speaks. I mean, if I miss out like 4 or 5 points, I don't mind. Like I don't want to be first in the trade. I just want to be right. So I'll just wait for Powell to speak and listen to what he says, and then like get into the trade, because it'll be a absolute gamble of getting in before 2 p.m. So
I am having a bear being bullish tomorrow, man. That's amazing. So you think that the markets are going up tomorrow? Yep. That's fine, man. I mean, I take it. I'll take it.
You're bearish?
I don't know, man. I mean, no, I am bullish actually. I think that the market's already priced in a 50 basis point hike. I don't see a 75 basis point hike taking place tomorrow. So I think that we're going to see pretty much the same outcome that we saw in the previous Federal Open Market Committee. The decision comes out and we rallied like crazy for, I don't know, 2 or 3 days. That might be another bull trap. And after that is going to be a whole different story, because after this Federal Open Market Committee, Mario, we need to wait for the CPI report. Which comes out, not tomorrow, but the Wednesday after
next week, I guess, right?
Yeah,
next
Wednesday.
week, I guess.
So that is going to be critical. So maybe we can rally into the next CPI, and if the next CPI happens to come out nasty,
we're done for.
You can make your own conclusions, right? What is going to happen over there?
So also, I want to make one thing clear. I'm only going bullish short term because I am like almost certain. I can't be 100% because anything can happen.
Correct.
I'm almost certain that VIX will collapse, at least in the near term.
What points are you looking at? 50, 60?
For the VIX? For the VIX, I'm looking at $20, back to 24 to 20.
So to the downside. You're
to the downside.
Collapse. Okay, gotcha. My bad. Okay.
So VIX will collapse to the downside, at least in the short term. And once it comes back to like 20 or mid 18s, you can like hedge yourself with the puts again and ride it to the right SPY to the downside. But for now, VIX is already at 29. You got to ask yourself, like, is it worth risk to reward wise to get puts over here, because you're overpaying for the premiums and the risk to reward is not there to the downside, and there's a lot of things to like go over. So
okay, that makes sense. So whenever we see the VIX back at 20 points, maybe after the Federal Open Market Committee, we need to evaluate getting puts once again. Perfect. And in that case, puts are gonna be way cheaper. Relative to the prices that we're paying today. Dude, I got LYFT puts today. 113% implied volatility. So I'll take a look. It's going down, man.
Look at it. It's at $24.
What?
It's at $24.
I am making a ton of money here, bro. Are you kidding me?
They fill the gap, they crush down, and now it can go all the way to $22 at the open. That's the next support.
I got puts. I told you. I got in the casino, bro. That's it. It is working out. $24.
Look at that, bro. Like the
that
gap.
Made my day, man.
We like, they flushed it down, man. They flushed it down. Like they were like down like what to $29 when we started recording this video.
Okay.
And they just flushed it down. We're looking at
something
$21 down south.
Yeah, something weird happened here because they beat on EPS and revenue. I'm not gonna go over the report. But something very terrible should have happened with guidance related or something like that, because they went up when I gave you a call. So so my day is done tomorrow, man. As soon as the market opens.
It's gonna be terrible for LYFT tomorrow, but not for you though. You got puts.
No, good puts, so that's fine. Well, bro, thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. See you on Thursday, and please remind the guys about your Patreon and your YouTube channel.
Go ahead, check out my
of your Patreon quickly.
Yep. There are three tires. If you want to check it out, the link is down below in the description. I do offer updates on SPY. I do offer updates on QQQ, and you do get a daily call outs on the levels of the stocks, which I'm watching on a day-to-day basis. And I also have a YouTube channel where I post all the trades which I take on a daily basis and give you guys the updates on how it went. And it also covers the basics of technical analysis. It also covers the basics of fundamentals in economics. Go ahead, check it out. You won't regret it.
Very
Thank
fun,
you.
very fun videos, guys. So go ahead and check out the Marius video. Thank you very much, bro. So see you on Thursday. Good
See you,
luck
man.
tomorrow, bro. Bye, guys.
Yep.
See you.
Take care, bro. Bye.